Okay, I have an idea. Remember this EQ5 that came with the 8-inch? It's the older aluminum tripod. And remember, this is the one I brought with the 6-inch, and it actually did fine. But here's what I'm thinking. Now, if you look at the legs, you can just see that this one is, I would say, at least 50% more. So maybe I could use these legs, but I got to figure out a mount that's lightweight. So maybe the 6-inch that I took on these legs, comparing now to the 8-inch on these legs, would probably equal out. So maybe I could just use this type of legs and not these. What do you guys think? Now, it would be impossible for this guy to go on here. But what about an AZ4? Do you think, again, it doesn't have to be rock solid, but would an AZ4, you guys think, be able to handle this weight with that tripod? An AZ like 4 or 5 or the Twilight 2 mount be a better fit? I think the Twilight has like a steel legs. I think it'd be too heavy. But maybe if I could put the aluminum legs with the Explore Scientific Twilight. So again, what do you guys think? The AZ4, I could probably get that on AliExpress fairly cheap. I can't find an AZ5, but the stores have it, but it's like $570 Canadian before tax, so that's pretty expensive. Or the Twilight, again, is not cheap unless I can find it used. Does not have to be rock solid, because remember, I'm just going for low power, deep sky objects. So kind of similar to the 6-inch I used on that AZ mount. It worked, and I was pretty happy with it. But with this 8-inch, that probably I don't think it's doable. So you guys tell me what you think. Anyway, so that's where I'm at now. So now I got to figure out a way, or maybe, 16 pounds is as light as I can go then. I can't really see any other way to lower the weight of this guy anymore. If you guys think of anything, maybe, I don't want to go too crazy expensive either. Like maybe, remember, because most of the mass is the mirror. A couple of you probably saying, what if I change the aluminum for a carbon fiber tube? I don't know how much lower, but if it's only like 1 pound difference, then that's not worth the trouble. Anyway, that's where I'm at. So, it's still several months till I go away on my second trip with Angeles. So I got a lot of time to figure this out. Worst case scenario, if it cannot work, that also means I have to buy a bigger suitcase. Now, the one we have is, I think, the largest size you can get as far as width and length. But there are some that instead of like a 9-inch thick, they have up to 13 or 14-inch thick, which I'm going to need for this guy. So I'm going to have to buy a new luggage as well. So worst case scenario is I might have to take this guy again. If I can't make it work, we'll make some videos as we go. What do you guys think of this situation here? So it's the 8-inch mount that came on the Heritage, the 6-inch. So it's like a mini Dobsonian. Anyway, it does work, as you can see, but this base was made for a 6-inch and something that's around 9 pounds. And this guy, again, putting the rings back on, this finder scope and the bar, it's at 19 pounds, so double the weight. So I don't know, maybe if I were to lower it back to 16 pounds, might be slightly okay, but it does work. It does work. It's not rock solid. Maybe a larger version slightly of this might work. What do you guys think of that idea? Make a new mount out of plywood and make this guy, a little bit bigger. A little bit, so it can handle a little bit more weight. And if I lower the weight of this guy as well, and change the bar. That might be the first thing I do. But then again, I need a table. So if I travel down to Mexico again, what I could do is take everything apart. The 2 round parts, the base apart and then take these apart and then just put it together. But maybe a plywood version would just be much more stronger. But now I'm gonna need some type of folding table to put this guy on. Maybe 2 by 2 foot that folds. So that's another thing that's gonna have to go in my luggage, you know what I mean? So it's if you win one area, you lose out in the other. You know, I would really prefer slow motion controls. So my thinking is maybe the AZ4 is still a better way to go. It also tapers down over here. But maybe for now, this might be slightly better. But when I actually mount this on this guy and drill it through, I'm gonna use a smoothie one. Okay, this was what was on this guy right now. So, and it's also 6 inches, so just a bit too small. So let's put this guy on. So that's what it looks like now. Okay, that's what it looks like now. So much better Vixen rail for now, temporarily. But I think to save even more weight, like I said, I'm gonna mount that smoothie one that's over there right onto the here. And then I can save the weight of these guys. Okay guys, am I crazy? Am I asking for trouble? So let me show you. I was able to put it on this mount. It's not, yeah. I am crazy. I mean, there's a lot of play in here now. Now with this kind of weight, yeah. Even if I take out the rings and go down to, I think it's going to be the same problem, that's going to be the highest elevation it can go. So with this type of mount, now I don't even think it's going to help too much more. Even if I use the other aluminum thicker legs on here, on this mount, it's just, I think it's asking for trouble, for sure. Thought I'd show you guys, it does hold it. It does, let me see if the controls, oh, look at that. It's actually moving the guy. Oh, and up and down too. But it's just too much weight for this guy. It's gonna be wobbling all over the place. Even if I put the thicker legs, the mount head is just not capable. Anyway, let me take it out. Thought I'd give you guys a little laugh there. Okay guys, so we're taking this thing apart. I wanna weigh each component and see how low I can get the weight of this guy. Now, just for comparison, a 8-inch SCT is 17 inches, and this, well, with the mirror, is 20. So it's only, this guy's only 3 inches longer. I think a Celestron 8-inch SCT is 13 pounds, but that's without a diagonal. Let's say we add a pound for the diagonal. Trying to see, I took the little shoe off. Also the cover plate that covers the collimation screws of the secondary mirror. We don't need that on anyway, so we can just get rid of that. And I noticed even the dust cap is actually pretty heavy. What I could do is just get a dollar store. This is a shower cap, and this practically weighs, you know what I mean, a couple grams, I guess. The mirror, I took it out, but it is really dirty. I don't know if you can see that, or maybe you can see that. I'm not sure if you could see all that. But anyway, it needs a good clean. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see the difference. It's a lot better, but it's not perfect. I'm not gonna over stress about it. I gave it 2 little cleans, and that's it. Remember, this mirror could be at least 20 years old to 23 years old, depending when exactly it was made. So it's still good condition for its age. Okay, for this video, I'm not going to show you guys how to clean the mirror, because I've already done that on it. I don't want this video to be so long, so I will show on a different video how to clean it, the mirror, but this definitely needs a clean. Now let's weigh it. 6 pounds. So this guy here is 6 pounds. Okay guys, we are gonna add, here's just the OTA, that's 3.5 pounds. This is the secondary mirror. For you guys that want a quick look, here's the corrector plate, and then there is the traditional mirror, and then your spider and your holder. This is all one piece. This is 3.5 pounds. This is 3/4 pound. The focuser is at just over 1 pound, 1.25 pounds. And then the mirror is over there. I cleaned it yesterday. That's about 7 pounds, 7.5 pounds. So that's everything. I'm not sure if I can really make the weight any less. Now I had an idea. I'm not sure now if it's gonna work. So here's my idea. What if I were to cut about here to there in between each vein and cut this part out? I could still screw this part into the tube where the veins are. So screw here into the tube there, and then just get rid of in between. Now, I don't think it'll weaken it too much, but I don't know if I'm really gonna save that much. Since this whole thing here, complete, is 3.5 pounds, then my guess is maybe if I'm lucky to save 1 pound doing that. It does get a little thicker over here. And so if I cut, let's say here, times 4, am I really gonna save a lot? If I'm only gonna save like 1 pound at the most, then it's not worth doing. The good news is, well, I'm holding one hand on the phone, but anyway, this is smooth. I've already taken a look at it. All the bushings, the Teflon looks okay on the 3 sides. So I'm not going to take it apart. It all feels pretty good. Okay, there's some type of, I don't know if that's like Teflon tape or something. And I think that's where the rings used to go. So maybe it didn't scratch the tube. I'm gonna take that out. I'm not sure why it's there, but I don't need it, so. Okay guys, so that tape really did nothing. So it was probably exactly what I thought. It was just where the rings were, just to make it slide without scratching, but it actually was covering a couple scratches. It really doesn't matter. So now I'm gonna charging my battery, that's over there. I'm gonna put this bar, so now it's a full bar, so then out with this 13-inch bar, I'll be able to raise and lower the scope so I can get better latitude on it. And I already put the focuser back, secondary, and the spider and all that. And then once I drill this, put the star sense on here, then I'll put the mirror back. Okay guys, here we go. So I installed the Vixen bar, and it's gonna be side mount. So it looks like I don't have the mirror in, but I just wanted to see if it works. Now I'm going to figure out where to put the star sense. I guess I could probably, maybe I could put it over there, because maybe I could put the tail rod finder back up here, and then maybe this guy can be somewhere over there. Hey, guess what guys? I did contact Skywatcher about maybe making the Heritage 8-inch, and this is what they said.